Hey, HannahMouse1 here. Welcome to another devlog for A Farmer's Life, the farming game that I'm making in Scratch. In this video, I'll be adding in a whole host of new items. These fall into two camps. Most of them are possible rewards that you get for completing the trades in the shipping depot that I added in the last episode. The rest are 5 types of berry bush and their related produce and goods, which I've wanted to add for a while, and as a rule, it's a lot easier for me to add as many items in one go as possible. This week was very art intensive. First came creating an icon for each possible new item. Other than the berries that I just covered, there are 2 new trees, cacao and coffea, which produce cacao pods and coffee beans, which can be further refined into cocoa powder and coffee respectively. There are 3 new standard crops, chili peppers, pineapple and soybeans. The chili can be turned into chili powder, the pineapple into jam and wine, and the soybeans into tofu or soy sauce. And then there are sugarcane and rice, which will act similarly to regular crops but will be needed to be planted in the river at the bottom of the farm. When coming up with these items, I was considering what items I would need for the cooking that I want to add as the main overarching theme of the current build of the game. I added the items to the item index before going through and creating a mouse over name label for each and every item, which sounds all hunky-dory when summed up in a neat little sentence, but always takes quite a while to get through, although it's just busy work, so it isn't too bad. I added the new items to the inventory, and there are now so many goods that I needed to split these into 2 pages that could be scrolled through, which is a system that I had already set up for the closed page, so it wasn't too difficult to modify the code to allow this. I had to add these items to the completion log, creating blacked out silhouettes of all the new items, or at least the ones with unique silhouettes. For the jams and the wine, I could reuse some of the existing ones, and getting them all laid out nice and neatly onto their pages. And some of these pages are getting a little busy, aren't they? Still, I think I've got everything to fit snugly but nicely. And then I went through and made sure that anywhere that checks for the grow all the crops achievement or the make all the goods achievement, and ensured that the new items are all factored into the equations. Next, I made it so that the shipping depot gives you a fair amount of these rewards. It calculates this by selecting the 3 items you're going to receive, and then taking the value of the crops and items that you sent them, multiplying it to add a bit extra to the total value of the reward, and then dividing it by 3 for the 3 items you're being rewarded with. It then further divides this value by the value of the reward items, and to get all of this working, I had to add the new items to the shipping depot UI with the blacked out backgrounds and the mouse over crosshair, and to create UI to indicate that these are the rewards. I also created a button to allow you to claim these rewards and to generate a new trade. I also made it so that if you discard an order, there's a little cooldown before the next one spawns in to stop the player from just spamming the discard button until they find a trade that suits them. And finally, I added in 3 new lab upgrades: fair trade agreement, which increases the factor by which the trade reward value is multiplied; advertising campaign, which decreases the cooldown when you discard a trade before the next one spawns in; and berry bushes, which will allow you to buy berry bushes in the shop. I started with the art, creating an icon for each, a ticked out version of the icon, a description of the upgrade, and a mouse over name label, before going through and implementing the upgrades, adding them to the item index and getting them laid out on the appropriate lab pages. Had to go through and make sure they were unlocked at the right times, after the fruit trees upgrade is unlocked for the berry bushes, and for the other 2 when the shipping depot is built. Implementing the trade related upgrades is all smooth sailing. I just had to sub these in for values that I already had in place as static numbers. And for the berry bushes upgrade, I made it so that the berry related items appear on the correct tabs in the shop if the upgrade has been researched, as well as some of the possible trade rewards if the shipping depot is built. You can sell the direct produce from the crops but not seeds or anything refined from the crops, with the exception of pineapple, jam and wine. So you can sell soybeans but not tofu, sugarcane but not sugar, and so on. And with an ever expanding list of items, I changed how the shop works slightly, so now you navigate through the pages of items with arrows instead of numbers, as this is a lot more scalable. And that's all I got done for this week, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did, it lets me know there's something to see more of. Join the Discord link down below, and I'll see you next week with another video. Bye!